Hello, and welcome to Iacon Underground Radio for the week of, I'm gonna say June.
June.
I'm Jen.
And I'm David. It has been a while. I forget. I meant to listen to the last episode and figure out when it even was, but I didn't.
Toy Fair. It was Toy Fair.
Oh, wow, that was a while ago.
Yeah, working a full-time job can make it hard to, like, especially now that I've also started going back to editing on the side, so now I'm technically working, like, 1.1 jobs or 1.25 jobs. But it gives me toy money, and then I get to come in here and talk about the toys every several months, apparently.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of stuff to talk about. We will talk about news. We will talk about toys we have acquired, in some cases, literally in the last several hours. Because someone decided to brave Walmart for the first time in like 3 months. It was me. And I was rewarded by toys and possibly COVID. We will see. We'll see how that pans out. And then comics, probably more of an overview of comics, because despite the pause, there's still a few things. I will admit up front that I have not gotten around to reading Transformers versus Terminator yet.
Oh, I forgot all about that. I didn't.
Yeah, second issue's next week.
Yeah, I don't care. Maybe we'll read it.
I have so much like X-Men and like Thor that I'm sitting on that I failed to catch up on my backlog.
Yeah, I got
during
Spider-Man
this whole thing,
and
so.
TMNT, and I didn't really have that many. Like when I finally went in, like what was it, last week? When I finally went into the comic shop after months, I had like 7 or 8 books. I was like, okay, I didn't miss that much.
Yeah, I went in to pick up stuff a couple weeks ago for the first time, and I had 2, and then today I had 4. Which, considering I had gotten to the point where if I didn't pick them up for a few weeks, we were not leaving the store without dropping a hundo. It was, it's nice to scale that back a little bit. So as far as news goes, I guess like I said, our last show was probably Toy Fair. So there's been a lot of small, sort of trickly stuff. Earthrise has been continuing. I guess the big thing that people are having a lot of conjecture on at the moment is that there have been some listings found recently for Studio Series, which generally has been a line that those of us who don't really care about the live action movies have just written off as that one line we don't have to care about. But they have a listing for a Grimlock 86.
Yeah, so
there's some extended version of that listing that may reference Wheelie.
Okay.
Apparently Studio, also, more recently, there's been another one, for Gnaw. So this has been the couple years of the Sharkticons, apparently.
Yeah, I forget if I even got the last Gnaw mold. Oh wait, the last one was Cyberverse, I think. I don't think I ever found
There was a Cyberverse one.
Yeah, I got the other ones.
There was a Legends one. I
got the itty bitty ones.
I'm pretty sure I've seen and summarily ignored the Cyberverse one. But we do have the, more Cyberverse Deluxes coming out now, so that's continued to be a thing. But as far as the Studio Series, possibly 86 stuff goes, that is interesting. I mean, that series, it's been going on long enough that some people were suggesting that it might be that was actually just toy number 86 in the series, that it was just like an Age of Extinction Grimlock.
Possibly. It has been going on a while, but also they're like kind of getting to the tail. Like they've done all the parts of Devastator. There's not much left to do.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much left to do except going back and just redoing characters you've already done, and no one really wants that.
I don't think they've done the twins, but I don't think they plan on doing the twins. There's probably
that's sort of interesting.
Who is...
Like, they have been disavowed so thoroughly. Which, I mean, is entirely deserved. Yep. But they got killed off screen between movies.
Wait, wasn't it?
And now they're not even getting a studio series toy. All the separate little lady motorcycles are getting a little...
I saw them.
Set. Yeah, I saw them too today while I was struggling to protect myself from passers-by in the store.
Oh, Jolt was the one I was thinking of. I forget if they made a Jolt.
Oh, that's a good question, because I actually kind of liked him as far as you can like any of those characters, by which I mean he seemed like someone who might be interesting if anyone ever actually tried to write him.
Yeah, I think there were a couple stories in the Titan magazine that did stuff with him, but...
He was one of the few that I actually picked up just as a standard deluxe. But yeah, like, there are some odds and end characters that they could still fit in there, but it is very interesting, especially because that had also kind of been where Earthrise was going. Like, we've got that RC, and I'm pretty sure that RC was confirmed as being Earthrise. Like, I'm pretty sure she was shown as being explicitly Earthrise. Also, there were a bunch of leaks recently that showed a Cyclonus.
Yeah.
And he could very well, I mean, if you were doing a Studio Series 86 Cyclonus, that's about what it would look like, though he also has some of the action feature ports on him.
He did?
He's got some of the little pegs for adding the blast effects.
I didn't notice that.
So... I mean, it's also entirely possible the way Hasbro's doing things these days that they could have designed. Like, it's entirely possible that they might decide to go a different direction with Earthrise and then put that RC in Studio Series. Put the Cyclonus, take off his action feature pegs, and put him in Studio Series 86. So, they're... Until the toy actually comes out, I guess they've still got some flexibility there. As far as movies go, talk about the other big movie toy. So yeah, they sure are definitely doing an F-14 Top Gun tie-in Transformer.
Like, that was, like, mildly shocking when I saw it. It's like, what? And then it's like, yes, I want that, because, like, when was the last time we even had that model of plane as a Transformer? We always get the F-14.
Yeah. Well, we usually get the F-15.
Oh, 15.
Because that's the traditional Seeker one. The F-14, usually just when we have aerial bots. I mean, we did have...
Oh, yeah, I guess that was the last one. Maybe, unless there was a little guy.
So, Combiner Wars and Power of the Primes, because then they reused that for Dreadwing and Darkwing.
Oh, yeah.
But even then, that's not going to be like a dead-on F-14.
No,
it's going to be...
wonky version.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a surprisingly accurate, at least... We don't see the bottom of it. It's just in the box. But it looks really accurate to the plane. Maybe it doesn't have a shitload of kibble on the bottom. That would be nice.
So a couple interesting notes, one of which is that apparently Lennard already has the Top Gun license, but I guess maybe it's not exclusive. So, like with their... Because I guess they've just been getting potentially non-exclusive licenses for just a ridiculous number of things right now. Because they have those amazing Aliens toys. I totally bought that Alien Queen for $20. Any toy that is sufficiently large and visually interesting counts as interior decorating. That's a house feature. So yeah, and I know I've heard some people say that taking, squinting at the box art for him, it looks like it may be re-engineered to some degree from a movie toy.
Well, yeah,
possibly
like the
Blitzwing.
legs in the cockpitty, it's sort of familiar, but who knows? Because it's a really grainy picture.
Because my first thing that I always think of when we get, like, stuff like this is those horrible Star Wars Transformers. And I will tell you the problem, why those were so bad, is because they were not engineered by the Transformers team. They were a different team.
No, it wasn't a regular team. Yeah.
And while they were at it, this is one of those, the whole, like, Hasbro Takara Tomy synergy. Like, if you take out half of that, you end up with either, like, the Star Wars Transformers on one side or Long Rack on the other side. You end up with, like, it doesn't work as well. So if they're actually doing this, and I think someone said that Ectotron was to some degree like a heavy re-engineer of an existing toy.
Yeah, it was the Onslaught and the Fire Engine mold.
Oh.
Like, it was on the base of that, but it's like, I think it was like only remains of like a bit of the torso and the legs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't think it was that big. But yeah, if they're doing it by, instead of, I mean, the problem, of course, part of the problem with the Star Wars ones versus this is that Ectotron is a car. This Maverick is a jet, so they're like, at least shaped like things that Transformers already are.
Yeah, like the Star Wars problem was like threefold. One, you're trying to match a vehicle from the series that, like, is just a lump with maybe wings if you're lucky.
Yeah, something that...
Which, okay, is some of them are kind of Cybertronian, but others are just ridiculous. And then you're trying to make it fit a character from the movies.
For some reason.
And then somewhere in between, and with the engineering, like, I think some of the later ones were good, but the early stuff was just ugly looking and bad.
I mean, I will admit I never properly watched Top Gun. I know that's a big thing to admit these days.
Well, yeah, if Rob was here, he would be shocked at us, but I have probably seen it. I really don't remember it other than the one song. Well, two songs, I guess. I
think the thing is, most of the movies I saw as a kid that weren't like kids' movies were things that I was watching because my parents wanted to watch them, and my parents were very sort of hippies. And I don't think that they really cared for the military propaganda that was Top Gun.
Yeah, well, the part of the problem is I was reversed. Like, my parents would watch pretty much anything. So I might have seen Top Gun, but I also saw, like, the knockoffs of Top Gun later.
Yeah.
Like, what's the stupid... Isn't there one with, like, Clint Eastwood where he has to think in Russian to pilot a plane? I think that was Clint Eastwood.
I don't know. All I know is Stealth.
Yeah, Stealth was much later, but there was a lot of, like, crappy military movies after Top Gun.
But yeah, so, like, my parents really liked Ghostbusters, so I saw that a lot as a kid, and I have stronger feelings about that, whereas I think that Top Gun was probably significantly divorced from my parents' political leanings to... I did play the NES game a bunch, though, because my grandmother had that for some reason, because she just had an NES around to entertain the grandkids and just bought whatever games were probably on sale. So I did play the NES game.
Okay, the movie I was thinking of was Firefox, and it came out 4 years before Top Gun, so...
Oh, wow.
Whatever.
So GoBot situation there.
Yeah, but 4 years, like, it felt so much like a Top Gun ripoff. Mm-hmm. Like a crazy Top Gun ripoff, but it came out first. Okay, like, Top Gun's a ripoff and more boring.
Ha!
It doesn't have an AI plane thingy.
More hetero or homoeroticism.
Yeah. Oh yeah, volleyball. Volleyball. I have seen the volleyball scene. A couple of times. Gay. The volleyball scene is good. Yes, it is really gay. It is probably the best scene from that movie, I would assume, considering how often it has been referenced.
I am kind of curious to see how far this as a subline is going to go, whether we're going to end up with a DeLorean, which is pretty great because basically, like, you were not allowed, this is a fun little known fact about the 90s Transformers fandom, was you were not allowed to publish a zine with at least one person's fan art of a Transformer that turned into either a DeLorean, the Ecto-1, or the TARDIS.
What about Knight Rider?
Not as much, I think, because Knight Rider Kit was already, like, a person.
Oh, I just had I actually had, like, a knockoff Knight Rider that turned into a robot as a kid.
Ooh.
Oh, what the hell was that?
Was that?
Like, I don't think it had, like, the visor thing, but it was, like, the exact car and the exact colors.
That's another one. I don't know. I know that
like
one of these
GoBot knockoff or something. Maybe
one of these, like, retro TV stations has been playing Knight Rider a lot lately, so maybe that's. I mean, Top Gun does have. They were attempting to put a sequel out before ... So that did have some relevant stuff going. They do seem to be trying to push Ghostbusters toys, and that also had another movie that was supposed to be coming out. So, like, I guess the Back to the Future might have to depend on whether they wanted to try to make another movie, and please God, no, just leave those movies
please
alone.
No, but like, if you're going to make something else, Back to the Future would be popular enough to carry a toy.
Yeah, that's...
Like, trying to do, like, Knight Rider or, like, the A-Team van or something, I don't think that would carry enough weight to buy it.
I feel like the question is going to be whether Hasbro is pursuing these licenses proactively, or whether...
Somebody came to them.
Yeah, whether they're going with something where, like... Yeah, where they sort of... Even if it wasn't necessarily them coming to them and saying, hey, make a Transformer of this, it being something that was like, that came up in a conversation somewhere versus just, like, going out of their way to look for things to make. So yeah, I'm interested to see if we get more of this sort of stuff. I am kind of wanting to track down an Ectotron because I didn't get around to getting him because I was in the middle of moving and broke. But this I'm probably going to pass on, though, because, like I said, never actually cared that much for Top Gun.
I don't care either, but, like, he has a purple helmet. He's going to be a Decepticon.
But I am curious
to see. Him.
I'm very curious to see what that brings. So speaking of jets and bringing things, we are getting at least some cone heads, because that big dump did also have Thrust, who I know is Thrust because people said it was Thrust. Again, I have now I've famously outed myself as having trouble telling the cone heads apart.
He's the maroon one with the fans. That's Thrust.
Yeah, sure. He's that one. That one is Thrust. People on the internet are telling me all the time. Everyone is saying. People are saying.
I think he was the first one I got as a kid of the Coneheads. Mm-hmm. So I remember him. And Ramjet because of Toast. Mm-hmm. And then there's the other guy.
Yes.
Dirge.
There was also, probably to no one's surprise, an Earthrise Megatron in package.
Another Megatron. Yay. It's a tank again. Okay, that base mold is not bad. It's just like, we've had that one. We've had the first one. We had the repaint with all the anime colors on it. Now we got another one. It's more G1E.
I picked up Siege Megatron,
but still,
at a fairly decent markdown off Amazon, and that was fine. And at this point, I don't want to hear about Megatron again unless you're giving me the M1 Abrams boobs. He's got to have the giant tank rack.
Yeah, that would be nice.
G2 tank rack or GTFO.
Yeah.
And if the tank says Megatron rules on the underside, that is also
It doesn't need to be neon green, but like something like a mix of gray and green would be nice.
I
and a black helmet.
They've made like homages to Tank Megatron, but the only one that's really been any good was the Little Legends one because it had like the proper shape. You can't just repaint a G1 shaped Megatron bright green with inexplicable purple camo.
Yeah. There's probably been a bunch of other leaks of things and news of toys that we've just forgotten about it that have come past.
Yeah.
Oh, and in that thing, there was another Soundwave.
Yeah.
Which is basically just the last Soundwave we've got, but like they changed the chest, like he's wider.
Yes.
A flatter panel.
So is he gonna do the Sound Blaster thing? The new Soundwave. Is he going to do the new Soundwave thing of having 2 tapes, or is he gonna turn into a tape deck officially and not?
Well, I'm guessing it's probably gonna turn into a tape deck or something that is not a quote unquote spaceship thing that's ridiculous. Plus, they already put out a Sound Blaster, which I have because I don't think I ever saw the Soundwave of that mold.
I saw the Soundwave, but again, it wasn't exciting enough for me to like spend a little bit of money. I wasn't like I talk about I was so broke from moving, but I lost track of how much money I spent at TFCon. Priorities. You have to prioritize Masterpiece Star Saber over like retail ass Decepticons that you're kind of tired of seeing.
That's also been a good thing. I've been cutting back on Transformers, thankfully. Mm-hmm. Except for the fact that while we were gone, all my Seacons arrived, which I've already paid for.
Well, I feel like the only other news thing that I want to mention is that we have pictures of the Cyberverse Deluxe RC, and I greatly appreciate that her white is also pink.
Yeah, she's very saturated.
She looks like her darker pink ran in the wash. So she looks like those parts were white, and then she got washed, and then that bled slightly pink onto her white parts.
Yeah.
But I do still like her a lot, and that's honestly not a complaint. That's a good thing.
Wait.
I love that they're just so committing to her being pink that she's like entirely pink in multiple shades instead of being white and pink.
It's been so long, I forgot what was in the last episode. It might have actually been a leak, an announcement. Scorponok! We got Scorponok!
Yes!
We've seen pictures of him, and he looks great.
We have continued to get trickles of news about Scorponok. That was the big announcement at Toy Fair when we last recorded, but now there's actually like more pictures of him. There's pictures of the packaging.
And his little buddy that transforms into a spear now.
Yes. And he's just, he's amazing. I'm very excited. I'm just going to spend like a solid week just preparing to feel the sting of Scorponok.
I'm trying to remember anything else. We're apparently getting a hubcap, maybe?
Yes, he's so cute. I do kind of wonder if they had been lining up Bumblebee and Spike as an SDCC thing. Because while that does seem like a good retail thing, it also seems like something that would do really well as an SDCC thing, because that is exactly your audience with that. So I guess in that case, maybe we'll see that. I do kind of wonder if they're going to just pick a weekend next month to drop like $1,000 in pre-orders on Hasbro Pulse. It's like, this is SDCC, here you go.
Yeah, I should have been paying more attention to Pulse all the time, but I really don't, because I got my Seacon, so I've kind of not been paying attention. It's like, that was a lot of money to dump on toys that I've tried to avoid other things.
They're very pretty.
They are very pretty, and we're getting the other set of Seacons. The what was it? The Japanese, was it God Neptune? God Neptune. The white ones.
Yeah, that one's, yes, the ones from Beast Wars.
Which, I mean, if I didn't already have the other ones, I would be getting that one because I've coveted the G1 version of that forever.
Yeah,
it's been expensive, but I already spent a lot on the first set. I don't need the white ones.
Yeah, honestly, if they use
they're also
this,
extra white.
If they match the pearly white, because I remember seeing those original toys. I never had a set, but friends of mine had it. And if they match that same pearly white, I might have to. I might just have to.
Seeing the pictures, like some of them, like they're just too white. Like the gray on them is like too pale, so they look like they're mostly white. Like Scylla, the tentacle one, is like white with a few spots of like bronze on her, and it's like it's kind of bland.
Well, that was how they originally looked. They were kind of just sort of white and sort of bronze and gold, and I think maybe some teal. But yeah, they were kind of monochromish, which is why it really has to have the pearl, because that at least makes up for the white being kind of boring looking. If it's an interesting white.
There's also Unicron, which has been happening since then, but more pictures of him sitting on a couch with a cat. Last picture I saw was him petting a cat in full color.
Gazing thoughtfully out at a pond.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the engineers. I mean, presumably they've been just sending them the test shots for them to, deal with any tweaks that need to be done, and you have the people who do up the instruction sheets and all that. So yes, they've been having a lot of fun with their prototype Unicrons.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed now that I didn't get in on that, but again, I guess my apartment has ended up having a little more space than I expected when I was like, I'm not going to have enough space for that much toy. But still, the 9-foot ceilings help. They don't help acoustics when we're podcasting, but they help in general.
It looks good, but it does seem to have a lot of kibble on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still have the Armada it came out in, or was it?
Right.
Yeah, it was Armada that came first. I have that one. It's fine. He could be bigger, but his hand glows. It's fine.
He's got a little mini-con moon.
He sits on a shelf just as well as the new one will.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure when people start getting them, I'll be very jealous, but, that would have been the money that I spent on Masterpiece Starsaber and a variety of other things that I'm still occasionally discovering, like, oh, hey, I got that at TFCon. Yay. So yeah, as far as toys, you want to tell us about some Seacons?
They're adorable and wonderful, and I just finally opened the last one that I got. Well, I don't know if I opened them in chronological order. Jawbreaker, he's adorable. I just transformed it. Although, some of them have transformation limitations because they're like built off of previous combiner limb molds. Mm-hmm. That all the limbs are pretty good. They're Jawbreaker, he's got a weird thing where his shark head wants to pop off. Mm-hmm. One of the other ones had an oddity. Turtler is the only problem one. Because his turtle mode does not look like a turtle, it looks horrible.
He's got such a good name, though.
Yeah. Or, Snaptrap.
One who turtles. Yes. Just taking what he is and verbing it.
Yeah. I keep thinking about them in their Japanese names because that's how I ordered them. That's how the boxes are, and I only half remember the English names. And Turtler is just easier to remember than Snaptrap off the top of my head.
Honestly, they were much better in the Japanese fiction anyway. They just show up and break stuff.
I mean, it was interesting, but I'm kind of annoyed that the last 4 haven't come in exactly as well. In the shipping label that came in the box of the first 2, besides like listing their number and stuff, it didn't have their name, but it had a name placeholder. Mm-hmm. Which for the first 2, Turtler and the fish that's Archerbot, I forget what he's called.
Oh, yeah.
With that one, I remember Archerbot. Gulf and is that his Japanese name? Whatever. Anyway, they were listed on their sheets as Manchester and Arsenal. Yes. They were listed as British football clubs, and I wish that had continued on all the slips, but it did not.
I do kind of feel like
to be footy
if
fans.
you start that, you have to continue it. That's something you really have to commit to. Also, I heard their numbering is completely...
It's fucking nuts. Or was freaking nuts. Like, the first ones, I think, were like 2 and 3. Like, when the first ones came, it's like, I'd forgotten which ones I ordered in what order. It's like, oh wait, am I missing ones?
Isn't one of them
the last
8?
one's 8, and they didn't come... Yeah, one of them was 8, and that wasn't the last 2 that came, I don't think. It's weird because I think they were also counting other things in that line, like there was an Ultra Magnus or something.
Something boring.
So it wasn't the numbers for just those 6 guys. So, like, it was confusing. It's like, did I miss one? What the heck?
I will say that and this is someone on another podcast on, I believe, RFC. I think it was Rob Clay, got the set of the, like, big Malaysian, probably bootleg set, or possibly not bootleg set, of all the Japanese Transformers series with the dubs, and he was saying he's watching them, and Master Force really is written like it could be a tokusatsu show. And that makes me wonder if maybe you should watch Master Force. Like, it's maybe, the plotting and just a lot of the, like...
It's repetitive, it's basic, it's kind of simple. It's for kids.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it really was written like a tokusatsu show in a way that definitely Headmasters wasn't, and Victory is not quite as much. So that's... And you do, like... I mean, they're doing the whole, like, good on, and crossing their wrists, and it hadn't really occurred to me because I don't think we've been here since my slow warming to tokusatsu, as I've come to appreciate it as less of something that is limited by or controlled by its limitations, and more something that embraces its limitations. Like, I definitely have a lot of respect to them for just totally committing to the big rubber suits, even when they could just make everything CGI now. They're just...
You gotta go in deep.
Still gonna do those rubber suits. So it gets that to feeling like something like... I don't want to just stick with the Japanese and say something like kabuki, or like something like opera, where it's... continuing to, like, uphold a tradition of a certain art form, even though in this case the art form is something that's really for children's programming, but it's like appreciating it for what's been, appreciating what's established about it and what's gone before about it, rather than just throwing that all out and going with new technology.
Yeah, no, they keep progressing. Well, it's a constant thing. Like, they started using CG in, like, I think it was 2000. I think it was with Gal Ranger. Mm-hmm. They might have used it before that, but they were using it more with Gal Ranger. It does not look good in Gal Ranger.
No.
They use it a bit more now, and it's fun.
I haven't gotten...
Some shows, they have fun with camera tricks. Like, they've been using drones in some shows recently.
Ooh.
For some fun shots.
So I haven't gotten to the point where I've actually, like, sat down and watched any of the series, but I will definitely put the Tokusatsu channel on in the background when I'm doing other things. And it's fun to look up and watch, and I'm warming to it very slowly.
This is completely unrelated to our usual Transformers stuff, because we haven't been here in a while, and there's not a lot of Transformers stuff, but, like, there's not been a lot of great news in the world this year.
No.
There's been a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
But Tokusatsu is like the one corner that I look at that it's been so great. We're still getting Power Rangers. We're not getting Super Sentai new DVDs. Thank you, Hasbro. Why are we not getting more sets? Let's Shout put out more. Mm-hmm. But Ultraman is coming out really quickly every series. Kamen Rider is now streaming online, the original Kamen Rider, and Kamen Rider Kuga, mm-hmm. and more to come, and everything else. We got Just Beyond, a bunch of other things. Hopefully get more Metal Hero shows. It's like there's a plethora of Toku to watch now, legally, all over the place. And that brings a happy.
Also, apparently on, I think our friend who was diving into that particular pool said it was on Netflix, Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah, I think they have VR Troopers too, or did I watch that on YouTube maybe? I tried to watch VR Troopers one time, and no, it's just editing between 4 different video qualities, and it's not pretty.
Big Bad Beetleborgs was absolutely one of the ones that I would use when I was telling people at Starbucks that I was just going to start making up names of shows that totally didn't exist, like Big Bad Beetleborgs or Samurai Pizza Cats.
Yeah, you could go...
Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys.
That one was really good, though.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah,
I guess that's news.
I personally, in not fresh off the shelf news, I finally found somebody to get me Twin Twist. So people who were at TFCon with me as I went around just incessantly searching for Twin Twist because I'm probably a little Asperger's-y and really wanted Twin Twist. It was a little weird, I admit, but I was like having to check every table like 5 times just in case I had missed him the first time. And also the person at the table who I had asked maybe didn't realize they had one, so I had to look some more. But yes, I finally got him. It was very exciting. I got the non-F G2 upgrade kit for my G2 Sideswipe. I'm kind of tempted the Siege one. Not like my original one, but which I still have, like the one I bought myself as a teenager with babysitting money. I am very tempted if I see those go on sale on Amazon again, because I know they are intermittently on sale. I may have to buy another one and then get both the Toy Hack sticker sets so I can have the comic style and the toy style. But yeah, it's a nice kit. It's not like super fancy, but it's definitely worth $10. And then
that's good when add-on sets aren't that expensive.
Speaking of things which are not worth $10, I found Cyberverse Deluxe Hot Rod at Walmart today. Oh, and because he's Hot Rod, I had to buy him. Have you seen that wave? Have you seen him?
I don't really know. I like anytime, like the last Cyberverse I got was because the Quintesson one with the cranky little shockwave thing, and the one with the Gnaws and the Sharkticons. Anything else? If I've seen new ones, I don't know, because the ones I have gotten have kind of disappointed me.
Well, I've only been paying attention to the deluxes, even though I know I should probably get that Rack and Ruin, just on principle.
I forget if I ever even saw that.
I saw him at my Target, and I was tempted, but then I was like, I'm a big baby. But yeah, so I finally found so this is the deluxe series that we were talking about, that we've talked about, that I like spent a year saying, hey, it would be really cool if they would just do Cyberverse characters as a standard deluxe toy and not, hobbled by action features. But yeah, like I saw him on the shelf and the first thing I thought was, wow, he is really small. and
yeah, well, deluxes have been getting smaller for a while.
Not even, like, smaller in the way that Cliffjumper is smaller, because, like, Cliffjumper is small, but that's appropriate for the character. And I mean, I guess it's appropriate for Hot Rod to be shorter than, like, Optimus Prime or Grimlock, but he seems like maybe a $15 toy at absolute best. He's just... His transformation is okay. He needs a bunch more paint apps, and I'm a little salty that he has, like when Optimus Prime will have, like, fake truck windows?
Yeah.
Like, he'll have truck windows on his chest that aren't actually his truck windows. This Hot Rod spoiler is like that.
Oh.
It's not his real spoiler. It just, like, tucks away under his roof. And that made me very sad. So, I mean, I have to have him because, honestly, he's not even the worst hot rod I own. I have to get hot rods. But, yeah, he's definitely not, like, making me excited for any of the rest of that series, which is sad because you buy them all and you get fucking Macadam.
Yeah, and like, in a way, it's kind of surprising we haven't had a Build-A-Figure with Transformers before, because Hasbro does it all the time with Marvel stuff, but in a way, it makes sense because there's no way to make it transformable.
Right.
No reasonable way.
But yeah, he's okay. If I had more money to just throw at things that weren't like my car, then I would probably get them just to be like, okay, I have them. But I don't know. I've heard some of the others might be better. Hopefully the RC is good. I don't care because actually that if it was bad, that it might be the worst RC I have because I don't have that many RCs, whereas I have a whole bunch of hot rods. There haven't been as many of that version of RC. But also, I found Earthrise Starscream. Yeah. And as of this recording, I have not yet transformed him into a jet, but I did at least take him out of his package. He's pretty cool. I did not get around to getting the Siege version of this mold, because, again, I was spending all of my money on impulse purchases at a convention. So I ended up... And also, he was just very much, like, showed up at stores and immediately disappeared where I was. And I did have that sort of thought in the back of my mind, like, in a year they're just gonna make an Earth mode one. So... So that sort of discouraged me from getting Siege, and so then today I saw him and I was like, well, you passed up the Siege one because you were waiting for this one, so you gotta get this one. But yeah, he's got, I'm curious to see, he's got like articulated wings that have like a hinge so they fold back a little bit, and I'm wondering if that's actually necessary for the transformation or if that's just to give him some anime schwing.
Or if it's just left over because the mold is still based upon the Tetrajet?
Yeah, but I would think that rather than the hinge, I would think that they could just, like, not have a hinge there.
Yeah.
I did see Earthrise Optimus Prime at Target, though I have to be honest, I've seen stuff about him, like, having vestigial hinges from the Siege one that kind of make me just want to track down a Siege one. And just not have the trailer, I guess. I don't know. I still haven't gotten shelves. Because just as I was like, I need to go out and buy furniture, suddenly I can't visit my parents who have, like, a larger vehicle that furniture would fit in. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm still sleeping on a mattress on the floor. So yeah, I need to get shelves that I can display these toys on so they're not just taking up my desk. But that's fine. But yeah, that's, I think that's pretty much all the toys. I mean, I got Earthrise Cliffjumper, I got, Earthrise Hoist and Grapple, which are both, I got them and then I totally watch Master Builder again, the Master Builder.
Yeah, if I see them again, I might get them.
It's,
baby.
As you can tell from the fact that I went through a great deal of effort to get Twin Twist, the way to make me go out of my way to buy toys is to give them a buddy. So the fact that they had both Hoist and Grapple at the same time, I just, like, ordered them both from Entertainment Earth in the same order. So I got them together, and now they're raising their son, Sound Barrier, who has been rebelling against his parents by not having any orange on him. But yeah, so, toys are good right now. Support the toy stores. Definitely, if you can order stuff from someplace like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth, that's much better than actually going out in public. They will bring things to your door. It's good stuff, supporting small businesses. Though, yeah, I did just impulse buy this Earthrise Starscream at Walmart. But that's fine. I'm not going back there again for months. It was not great. So, on to comics.
Yes, there's been some.
Yeah, man, the ongoing is, as we say, not aging well.
Oh, it was like, I hadn't read the last issue that came out before the last episode, because I put my comics on hold rather early when all this stuff started. So I had 3 comics waiting for me after this week. And reading them now, bad timing, guys.
I mean, I feel like, and there's not really a need to go too much into specifics.
Because not much happens.
Read them. And it's more thematic.
Yeah.
That I feel part of the problem, and I might have said this before, is that it feels like it thinks it has something to say, but it doesn't really have anything to say.
Well, like, it might have something to say, but it's not very good at getting across what it's trying to say.
Yeah.
Maybe that's isn't the writer British or something?
Yes.
Or Scottish or something?
Scottish, I think.
It feels like there's a language barrier somehow in there, and yet the last writer we loved on Transformers was from Jersey. What's the island?
Guernsey.
Guernsey.
Was it?
That was it. One of those two. One of the little isles in
my
the
brain is going fizzle.
But
yeah, so there's this huge civil unrest that's been, I mean, I guess if you wanted to try to fit it into modern affairs, you could say that it's like the people behind the scenes, the cable news people being the high-level Decepticons here who are just trying to make everybody dissatisfied. And there's Prowl beating people up, and people acknowledging...
Arcee beating people up, too, and mentions
people
of
looting.
And...
there's rioting. No. There's people acknowledging that Prowl beating people up is not okay, but maybe not okay enough to make him, like, actually a villain. I think, and I was thinking a little bit with the IDW stuff, is that you got stuff like, say, the Functionists, who could map very well onto groups like transphobic groups that say you have to be, they hold on to power by enforcing rules that, how you're born is how things have to be, and limiting freedom that way. And that was a very, that's something that's kind of people keep doing to each other throughout history. Whereas, like I said, this doesn't feel like it has anything real solid to say.
No, it doesn't have a focus, which is especially annoying. Like right now, their focus in real life is very clear. And the focus in this comic is all over the place.
So it just
doesn't work.
It does feel like they need to maybe
stop the storyline, period.
Yes, just kill the storyline. It's not the time for it. If you want to tell some meandering story about civil unrest that doesn't have anything very strong to say about the causes for it, except, I don't know, maybe Megatron is Rupert Murdoch, it's maybe not the time for it. We need to have something that's more fun. Like that. Did you get a chance to read the Cliffjumper Galaxy story?
Oh yeah, I read the first one and I was like, okay, how the hell are they going to stretch this out very long? This should end in one issue. And then the second issue is fantastic and it ends. Oh, that's so good. It made me want to buy the new Cliffjumper. Even after you got me the Cliffjumper that's based upon Gridman is based upon.
It definitely...
I want the little boy. He's a good little boy.
I've had this balance teetering between... so Mastermind Creations is doing a Deathsaurus, and they're doing 2 versions of him. They're doing a comic version, and they're doing a more G1 accurate version. I had original Deathsaurus for a few years. That was one of the first toys I had to sell to make my rent when I was 20. So I have very fond memories. Well, I also got twice what I paid for him. after opening him up and playing with him. And
that helps when you resell a toy and you get a lot more.
Look,
like when I resold my Fortress Maximus in college to buy a larger monitor for my computer that did eventually die, but I got 4 times the original price.
I got a sealed Metal Hawk for $50. Just saying. I got a Leo Kaiser gift set for $200. So that's what happens when you come in on the ground floor. But then I ended up reselling it for $1,000 more than that and bought a new laptop. But yeah, so I've been like teetering between which one I want because the comic design is super cool, but I have strong nostalgia for the G1, for the wings and the ridiculous kaiju head. And that comic definitely like tilted me a little more in the direction of just going with the comic one. Because he's so bad. He's so bad. He's
an evil little monster.
He's a very, very bad person, and he's totally, literally eating shit.
And he wipes it off his face.
Because what they're processing... The first issue... Because what they're processing the energon from is the offal of this organic race, which, you know...
Of this organic bat-like race that kind of looks like Night Scream, only less
They're
shaped.
very cute. Yes, they're very cute. But yeah, that was one of our old friends in one of our chats. I remember was saying that it was like the first Transformers story he had actually enjoyed reading since the reboot.
Ooh, I mean, yeah. Well, enjoyed reading for its length. Like, I kind of enjoyed the Constructicon one. It just did not need to be 5 issues.
No, it did not.
But this, like the first issue of this with Cliffjumper story, it was like it didn't feel that well written. It was a little off, maybe because there's 2 writers or something. But the second issue was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like the first issue just was a setup for like a chase and a good story and character beats for Cliffjumper.
Well, I know
so it does help that it was also Alex Milne art, and that's sex on toast.
Which is definitely, I mean, that is his Deathsaurus design. So, he's definitely the right person to be drawing lots of that. I know that they have worked on some Cyberverse stuff, which has been hit or miss. So, you know, maybe it's just a matter of not being as, again, accustomed to just comic book format stuff and needing to warm up a little bit. But yeah, it was a fun story. I love Deathsaurus, and I love him when he's being absolutely terrible. Everybody's the fandom has kind of whoobified him lately, though I feel that's very much the, what I call the monster fucker contingent.
Well, there's a bit of that, and then there's the manga of the old cartoon where he has was it a wife or was it a sister or something?
It was his wife. Esmeralda was his wife. Lyzak was Leozak's sister.
Oh, Leozak. Oh, okay.
We are going to get that translated soon.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to pre-order that.
So that's
or did that already come out?
Did you get the other ones? Did you read the other
ones?
Yeah,
I got the first one. I've only read like 2 chapters of it.
So,
because I have a growing stack of manga.
I have read through, and this counts as comic discussion. I have gotten and read through both of them. I will say, okay, I feel bad for anyone. I did notice some people on Twitter who apparently had gotten the impression somewhere that they were good. Like in that sort of like like the way that Transformers UK is like this apocryphal but amazingly good stuff, that they thought it was like good. Wow. And I was like, no, that's not why it's so exciting. It's exciting because it's such a like
UK stuff is good.
Such like a moment in time. It's just so, and it's just really out there. I will say Volume 2. If you're not familiar with Master Force, it's probably not going to make a whole lot of sense. Because it was written to be read alongside the show. rather than like instead of it. So it assumes you know who all these characters are and doesn't spend a lot of time introducing them or explaining them apart from like big text like their name being on the page. It does have the only appearance we get of Stepper and Artfire, and I was a little disappointed that they called Stepper Ricochet, which is his American name, but like it's not quite as bad as in the Shout Factory subtitles where they're calling the cassettes deployers or something. But it's not quite that bad, but it definitely, it didn't seem quite right. But I am really looking forward to the next chapter, the next volume, because it's going to have that crazy victory stuff about Deathsaurus having also an adopted human son, and the Decepticons having this family that they're actually... That's like an end of the series reveal. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the third one. I mean, like, one of the things in the first one is there are a couple chapters where they're really, really determined to sell you those pop-up watches that got released over here in G2, which I had a couple of and might still have one of, or maybe I sold them for huge piles of money. Because there was definitely someone at TFCon who had some carded ones for like a few $100s. They were Toys R Us when I was in high school. But I wore my Galvatron, went to high school. But yeah, they were like super into trying to sell those watches for a couple chapters, which is great. So it's that kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. The art is very pretty, but it's definitely...
Yeah, the art's good. The story's maybe not.
Yeah, it's definitely stuff that was just meant to run alongside the cartoons airing, and not like add anything real significant to it. But those are fun. They're definitely... I mean, if you're into like the archival side of things, I definitely recommend picking them up. If you're just here for the like really high quality stuff, maybe they might not be up your alley. But yeah, I've read through both of them and they're a lot of fun. So yeah, I guess as a one last bit of news that ties into the third volume of the manga, we're apparently getting a Super Megatron toy.
Oh yeah.
Which is from Battle Stars. Which is definitely one of those things that you have to explain to other people in the fandom what that is. But yeah, and that's actually kind of neat. Certainly coincidental, but it is kind of neat that that'll coincide with actually getting Battle Stars officially translated in the US. So you can see what's up with that, and then buy it or not buy it. It's probably going to be a lot. So I think that's about it. Anything else that you can think of that we forgot that you can suddenly miraculously remember on the spot?
News? No. I mean, I got the Netflix version of Mirage and Hot Link.
Ooh, Hot Kink.
I forget if it was in a typo news or something, or it just got stuck in my head. I keep calling him Hot Kink.
Yes! I saw that, and it's like Battle for the Shark. I will never forget Hot Kink. He will always... I was tempted to buy Hot Kink at Walmart, and then I saw Starscream, and I was like, yoink. I was like, there goes my money.
I got him because I have every other version of the Tetrajet. I need to collect them all.
Yeah, that's one of those...
I've finally gotten them, so I must have them.
That's one of those things, that's one of those traps you fall into, that, oh, well, there's one more.
Yeah, well...
Gotta finish the set.
Well, it's a trap I've never, other than G1, fallen into of I have to get all the jets before. Although, I think I might have gotten all the ones from animated, all the versions, but they were not all the same size. And there weren't that many.
No, I always make terrible mistakes, like I have to get all of the Spy Changers, or I have to get all of the Minicons, and then I end up regretting it deeply.
Finally I could have a Tetrajet, so I overdosed on Tetrajets. And I'm actually surprised. The Mirage is a good little mold. I need to think of a better version or a better name for him, because I'm not going to call him Mirage. I never cared about Mirage, and he's a Decepticon.
That's why you can only have little a Tetrajet as a treat. If you have too much, you're going to not have any room on your shelves.
Yeah, they are kind of sizable.
Yeah, they're kind of
But it's also, it's like I have to have every Acid Storm. I think I have every Acid Storm, except for the Creon one, but I don't care about Creons.
Oh, you need the Creon one now. It's probably like a blind pack Japanese exclusive from 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah, I don't care. Ooh, 7-Eleven Jet.
Ooh.
Oh, he's about the right color.
He is. Yeah, so that sounds like that is about it. So we'll be back sometime whenever
Let's say July.
Yeah, I think we could try to aim for monthly for a bit, especially since it's not like we have anywhere to go. No. Except work, except my job. And I may have been spitballing recording from work a couple times. We'll see. So until next time then, this has been Jen.
And David.
Good night.
Seacon.